Oh, guys, I'll tell you, man, this is so much work. I'm still not done with it. There was a 2x4 up there. I took that down to give it more headroom, and I had to adjust the door. So what I had to do was, I'll show you in a minute. I'll go on the inside. I had to cut that off the wood. Then I realized the mistake I made, so I had to make a piece of wood. This thing right here. I had to put that back because I had a huge gap. I did the same thing on that side. Now what we're going to have to do here is we're going to have to get weather stripping for that gap. So let's go inside here. All right. As you see, we still got our wires. We have to route them out. I'm going to try to get all conduit for in here. I'm going to change that. I have an electrician. If I could find his number, I'm going to have him do all this over with conduit. See, we moved our light up there. Now I'm waiting on some plastic staples. I'm going to screw this wire here. Well, I'm going to staple it into the ceiling. So, all right, we got the garage door. Now you see I have the super sneaky hinges because this garage door also hits the ceiling. That top panel hits the ceiling. So, of course, guess what, guys? I had to send away for a low headroom rail kit. It'll open, but you know, you have to pull that panel down and then push it back once you close it. So we're waiting on our low headroom kit. All right, let's close this. Now, what I did, the mistake I made is that bottom wheel hits that piece of wood. Okay. So what I did, I figured, well, you know, it's no big deal. I'll raise the bracket and one on another side. So when I went to open the door, since the 2 inches of the bottom, what that does when you raise that bottom bracket is the bottom panel swings out, and it was hitting the wood on the side there I just showed you guys. So I figured, all right, well, let me cut the wood. And then after I cut the wood, I realized that bracket has to be in the bottom of the garage door. So once there's different brackets that come with the low headroom rail kit. And so what we have to do is we have to cut that wood on where the wheel's going to go, so then that roller bracket can go all the way down to the bottom of the garage door. That's the mistake I made. I did that on both sides. So see, we got our bracket screwed into the concrete. I had that wheel on the other side, which for these brackets, for that bottom bracket, it'll be okay. But the brackets that come with the low headroom rail kit, there's like a real funny name for the brackets, but what it enables you to do, it enables the cable to be on the outside, on this side of the rail. So that's why that wheel, I had to move the wheel, I had to go on that side. So the cable will actually be on the outside of the rail. And see where we have our hook for the spring. The spring's going to grab onto that side. I will tell you guys, with that hammer drill I have, that Bosch Extreme, that Bosch Bulldog hammer drill, man, it drilled those holes like it was no thing. It drilled them like it was no thing whatsoever. And then once we're done here, we have to order a dumpster. All this got to go, all of it, everything got to go in here, so I can build my bench in here. But I'll tell you guys, it's a lot of work, man, to do this. For you guys that don't know, I had to build that I think there was 65 block. I had to build that first, and we had to frame out for the door because this was all open. This was, I think, it was 13 feet open. So I wanted a window in here, and I was actually surprised that I didn't have any room for a window. So we had to build that out. What that also does too is that helps support the patio. Now we did that about 15 years ago. There's 2 steel floor posts in there. There's also another steel floor post on the other side of that wall, and there's 2 more steel floor posts inside of that corner I made. Plus we have the corner. Then this beam here, I have to clean that beam and I got to paint it before it rusts out any worse. So, yeah, so we had to frame that out. We had to frame the garage door out. Man, I will tell you guys, there's so much work doing this. It's just incredible, man. An incredible amount of work. So, yeah, we're back now. What is it, going on a second week we're back? God, I don't even remember. Every time I eat, I get like this phlegm in my throat. We just finished eating dinner. You know, because you guys, if you guys don't know, I work the graveyard shift. I pick up trash. You know, speaking of trash, guys, you know, I used to find, man, I don't find much valuable stuff in the trash anymore. I used to find, man, all kind of stuff. People aren't throwing nothing out anymore. It's like they're holding on to stuff more. God, it was like every single day I'd find a Keurig or a TV or a toaster, you know, or a microwave oven somebody would throw out. Especially the elderly. The elderly, man, they throw away some good stuff. You know, like I probably got about 15 Keurig coffee machines, and each one of them work. They were thrown. They threw them. They're all from elderly people. They threw them out, and there's like simple things wrong with them, like the little hickey that comes out where you put the K cup in was clogged, or sometimes the switch came off, and all you go do is just put the switch back on, or sometimes it needed a receptacle. So we did order that same beach house for next year, and this time, because the way it works with that real estate company I deal with is, well, I'm looking at these spotted lanternflies. There's like 3 of them right in front of me right here. The way it works with that company is you have to notify them within 1 week that you want that cottage for that same week. And, you know, and as long as the owners don't want it for that week, we had first try at it. So we got that same cottage one more time. This is going to be the last time we go down Outer Banks. And yeah, we got it for the same week next year. And this time I'm bringing the e-bike with me. That's a promise. We're going to, holy crap, man, we got 1, 2 lantern, spotted lanterns, 1 here and 1 flew down there. I'll probably have 1 land on me pretty soon. So we're going to rent a van. We're going to rent a cargo van. Because with a cargo van, I can put the e-bike inside the cargo van. It's going to be easier on my dog, and it'll be easier on my wife. My wife's foot is swelled up in the car, in the Cadillac. I mean, that trunk, guys, we had that trunk filled. We had that trunk filled. We took a gallon of water. Whenever I go on a trip, I prepare to be stranded for 2 days. I bring a gallon of water. I bring some common tools like a pair of pliers, a Phillips, a regular slotted screwdriver, a socket set. I bring tape in case if I got to tape a radiator hose up. I bring a quart of oil. I bring a thing of antifreeze. I bring a gallon of drinking water for the dog and for my wife and for me. And I bring my dog has like this portable drinking thing for whenever I take her for a walk. That's it's real neat. I have two of those. I take both of those. They're both filled with water. We have sandwiches. I bring two flashlights, two cell phones. That little portable battery charge, or that not it's not a battery charger. It's a jumper box. I bring that with us. I think it's a Nico or a Neko that jumps the bike plus it jumps the car too. And we bring $500 in cash, and we bring all our credit cards. Which the reason why I bring all the credit cards in case if something happens to the car where it can't take us back, I'll just buy a simple used vehicle, or if the dealership will take it in on a trade, I can use a credit card as a down as the 20% for another vehicle. And we don't take many clothes. It's like I only took two shirts, two pants, two shorts, four pairs of socks, and one pair of shoes. And I took my shaver. The only thing I should have took was some antibiotics because I broke out on my hands. There's like these little bumps on both my hands because I'm allergic to the sun. I found out that sun down there is different from the sun up here. The rays are a little different. But yeah, we're going to do it one more time. As crazy as that road was, it was crazy up here too on the turnpike up here. It was crazy up here as well. We're going one more time, and then that's it. I'm not going down Outer Banks after next year. I pulled a muscle in my knee, so I can't go on the e-bike or the motorcycle until my knee heals up. And today was Glory Days motorcycle show up in Crichton, PA. Matter of fact, they started right now. They just started. Hey, look at this guy. Oh, look at him. You're on YouTube, buddy. He's on YouTube, man. What's he look? Oh, look at him. Check him out. Look at the face on him. Man, they're everywhere down here. I think Ohio got them real bad, boy. So yeah, I don't even know where I pulled the muscle or some kind of a ligament. Guys, I don't even know where I did it, but I can barely walk. And I'm putting icy hot. Matter of fact, before I go to sleep here in a little bit, I have to put icy hot on my knee again. I don't even know where I did it. I lost 7 pounds while I was down Outer Banks. Guys, if I would hit for a little bit of money, man, I would move down there somewhere. Whether it's inland a little bit, but the salt air is it's so much more healthier for you. And the infrastructure down there is incredible. It's like when you come back here, this area is older than a lot of parts of North Carolina and Virginia. And the roads here have never been modernized in the past 80, 90 years. And that's because the local politicians eat the money up. You see, the problem around here, the reason why nothing changes around Western Pennsylvania is because of the local governments. Okay? Every borough, every little township, they have their own government. and they don't let nothing go by unless if they're making a killing. That's the problem here. That's why the roads here, they look like something out of 1930 because they are out of 1930. They are. And that's because the local governments, they're not going to let nothing change unless if they make a mint out of it. And and they all elect each other. They claim, oh, they were voted in. Yeah, you were voted in by your buddy. That's how you were voted in. You were voted in by your buddy. So I haven't started a motorcycle since I left for vacation. And I'm gonna have to go for another ride here. Hopefully, maybe tomorrow I'll go for a ride if I'm up to it. My knee, it's not as bad as it was. It was like it was swelled up like that, and I still went to work. It's like the first day I had to go back from work from the vacation, I only had 3 hours of sleep. So I'm at work, and after I get done with my garbage, I sit in front of I sit in front of the security cameras. So I'm thinking I'm seeing people, because that's what happens when you don't have enough sleep. God damn, guys, I gotta go inside, man. But when you don't have enough sleep, you start seeing stuff, and it's like that all the time. Right after I come back from vacation, I have a real hard time readjusting. Because when I'm down there at the beach, I sleep at normal times. We stay up till like 8 or 9 at night. And I wake up at like 5:30, 6:30 in the morning to watch the sunrise. But then once I come back here, I gotta be laying down at like 12 o'clock, 12:30. And I gotta try to be sleeping by 2 p.m. So I get 8 hours of sleep, and I wake up at 10 o'clock because I gotta be at work at 11:30. You know, as for Glory, I could have took the car to Glory Days, guys, but if I go there, it'll take me half an hour to get there, half an hour to come back. I'll lose sleep. You know, I'll get back here at about maybe 4 o'clock. I'll lose 2 or 3 hours of sleep. And I'm the kind of person that needs 8 hours, or I'm just no good. Like I told you guys, I'll start actually seeing stuff. Well, let me tell you something about that garage over here, guys. Like I was saying, man, I thought another one of them damn bugs. Oh my god, my knee. Oh, matter of fact, I think my whole goddamn leg swelled up. Now since I'm looking at it. Oh, that garage door, man. I've never seen something that requires so much backbreaking work. That thing is a son of a, and I'm still not done with it. I have to install that that track. It's a dedicated track for the top roller. And I when I opened it up and I seen it was hitting the ceiling in there, I thought for sure, because I had I think I had 1 foot of clearance. I thought for sure I was going to clear, but it didn't clear. And so I still have to put that top rail in, and I got to put the springs on with the cable. Then it should be able to open with ease after that. I might put a motor on that too. I'm thinking of putting a motor on that next year or within the next 2 years, because we got to spend, in order to go on vacation, we got to spend some money next year, because the van itself was going to be about 1,000 to 1,200 bucks, and for that I'm going to buy that hitch so I can put my e-bike on that. So the hitch is 190 bucks. And then the rack for the e-bike is $300. That way, there, when I take that to get inspected, I can put the e-bike on the back of that, and I can take the e-bike back home, and then take the e-bike back down there to pick it up for inspection. That way, there, I don't have to walk back down to the mechanic shop to get the car. You know, because my wife doesn't drive, and I have no family. I have absolutely nobody outside of an Uber that's going to take me down there. And hey, you know, we just missed that damn storm, man, because we left, and I think a day later that storm hit Carolina Beach. We just, man, I'm so glad we got out of there. We got out of there, boys, in the nick of time. That's what I told my wife. I said, I'm so glad that we picked that week. We had a beautiful week. We had beautiful weather. You know, but once you get that third or the last week in September, you're taking a big chance, boy, with bad storms. You're taking a big chance. You know, and when you're down there, you have to constantly be up on the weather. If you see anything coming in like that, you have to get up, pack, and go back home, because there's more people, guys, than ever on the road now. There is a phenomenal amount of people on the roads, and everybody is in a big rush, and everybody is spitting angry at what I have no idea. Their life ain't gonna change. You know, getting angry ain't gonna change nothing for you. Ain't nothing gonna change. If all y'all out there thinking it ain't gonna change, man, I hate to I hate to be a Darren Downer, but ain't nothing gonna change. The world changed, brother. Okay, the world changed, and there ain't nothing you can do about it. And the best advice I can give all y'all is get used to it. So, you know, that's just the way it is. Like Walter Cronkite said, and that's the way it is. Baby. Oh, don't worry, honey. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm gonna take you out, okay? We're gonna go for a ride. Don't worry. We're gonna go out. You'll be going out soon, okay? I'll take you out.